Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the first episode of The Pacific. Now, I am very familiar with Band of Brothers, the original show. Like it came out right before I went off to boot camp in the fall/winter of 2001. So I was active duty from 2001 to 2006 in the United States Marine Corps. Parris Island to New River to NAS Pensacola to Oceana, and then ultimately landed on Cherry Point, North Carolina for the bulk of my enlistment in avionics. So a different time period, a different field, a different part of the world. So up and down the East Coast, not deployed, not infantry, but I have been exposed to the history, some of the battles, some of the events. Even though it's a little hazy, it's been a few years, but I take this to be the island hopping campaign in the Pacific, obviously. And I'm looking forward to see what the show does, because I just know your like Band of Brothers is immensely powerful, the original show, and there are a few parts that, you know, fuck me up every time. I've seen a bunch of World War II movies, you know, your Saving Private Ryan's, Your Enemy at the Gates, The Longest Day, Bridge on the River Kwai is a World War II Pacific, at least. Just a couple submarine movies, but as far as like just that theater, the Pacific theater, I can't say I've seen that much, or that many. I also know about Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima as kind of like a companion viewing, is what I've been told, but that'll be maybe down the road in the future. I'm just throwing it out there that is something that I should probably check out. Let me know if it's worth it. But I'm looking forward to this, and I'm gonna give it the respect that it deserves. You know, I'm usually a bit of a chatterbox. I think out loud because I need things to edit to, for the sake of copyright, to, you know, break up the footage and whatnot. But I'll let you know what I'm thinking. I'll make predictions sometimes, and hopefully we have some laughs along the way. Given how dense and, you know, probably graphic and thick the material's gonna be, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen the show, so you know what to expect. I have an idea of what to expect, but... And to any hard chargers out there, any motivators, I know, once a Marine, always a Marine. I've got the t-shirt, okay? Been there, done that. You know, but now I've settled into the role of disgusting civilian, and, you know, it'll be interesting to kind of sit back and, you know, check out something from a time period of Marine brethren and just the absolute horribleness that was the Pacific Theater. Yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Episode 1 of the Pacific. Here we go.
December 7th, 1941. It was America's greatest military disaster.
T. Hanks, I hear you.
Marked an entrance into
Good
World
old
War
Tom.
II that would be followed by 6 months of consecutive defeats. They were at Australia's doorstep, their reach extending all the way down to a small remote island in the South Pacific.
Guadalcanal. Ugh, nothing but bad came out of that, man.
We were never told that we were going into combat. I'll tell you what, it scares me today, and that's been 67 years ago. The main thing was to stay alive.
I'm glad they did that same thing from Band of Brothers with having the veterans talk, you know, beforehand about what you're going to see, and then try to figure out who they are in the show. For the time being, I'm going to leave off subtitles. They can spoil things, cut offs, character names. You know, I don't want that. Just want to view it as is.
Sorry. Vera. Bob Leckie. I'm your neighbor from across the street.
I know who you are, Bob.
I joined the Marines. Thought I'd do my bit.
She's red, white, and blue. Red lips, white powder, and blue eyes.
Well, if I don't see you before you go, take care of yourself.
Maybe I'll write you.
All right.
Any form of distraction can help out sometimes. Is this MEPS? They're already in? Like, what? Oh no, officers. Oh, there's enlisted too.
Just as come and gone. Yeah, just missed him.
Oh, this guy. He was death in the second Bill and Ted movie.
The globe and anchor emblem that you have earned.
EGA, baby.
Make the difference between the freedom of the world and its enslavement. Here is what the Japs are not expecting. The United States Marine Corps.
Hoorah. Get him. No, nothing.
Now, never mind your...
No one yelling kill or... Rah!
The Pacific will be our theater of war. The Marines will do battle with the Japs on tiny specks of turf that we have never heard of.
Are we going to see Chesty Puller? That just hit me.
Merry Christmas. Happy 1942.
Where you both been? We had to walk from the station.
Hey, I'm the Punisher. Hey, hey. I know mostly from The Walking Dead, but...
I wish my sons could marry someone this beautiful.
Mrs. B, you sound like my mama. Just get the job done. And come home to us.
It may be after editing or an episode or two, but the names will click. I'm really bad with names. I'm a lot better with faces. Come on. He kind of looks like Harvey Keitel, a little bit.
Marines will outfit me with everything from bayonets to socks. I just wish I could have brought my typewriter.
So why you need that?
May bring my typewriter, sir. There's a war on. Everybody's got to make sacrifices.
Your mother said I was a fool not to buy a Ford.
Is the dad in denial or just not trying to think about what could happen? He just seems very, very... not flippant, but...
That's it, Dad. I gotta go.
I had a heart murmur, but they still let me in. Could have been because of 9/11. They needed more people, but every fucking station I went to, oh no, we gotta check your heart. I'm fine, guys. I'm fucking fine.
Eugene, I'm sorry.
I look like Tim from Jurassic Park.
The boy's disappointed, Mary Frank.
I'm his mother.
I wonder if this is going to be a war effort type back home thing for him, or if he's going to lie, or just fucking, like, try to get on a ship or something.
When we look at the resources of the United States and the British Empire, compared to those of Japan, when we...
I imagine there was, like, some stigma or ire against fighting-age men that weren't off in the war at this time. Like, would people look at them and think either they're a pussy or... something's wrong with them, or they're broken, or they're a coward, or, you know.
I wish we were going together. Yeah, well, you take care of yourself, Greaser. You don't have to worry about me.
Yeah, between film school and multiple war movie tropes, anytime someone talks about after the war or later or together, you're setting the stage for heartbreak.
Well, at least they give you a good meal before the send-off. Yeah, like the electric chair. But you, runner. Guadalcanal.
They have no idea what they're fucking getting into.
You wanna know why we're here? Without a sign, his sword the brave man draws. And that's no omen but his country's cause.
Alright, we got a poet.
Forget all the horse shit you've heard about the Japs! They've had their turn! Now it's our turn! When you see the Japs, kill them all!
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic where in the European theater, it was mostly white people attacking and killing mostly white people. There was a familiarity and maybe a hesitation sometimes, but when you're fighting a different group of people that look and sound completely different, every war movie has the slang term, you know, Charlie, skinnies, you know, camel, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna go down the racist, you know, hole, but Krauts, you know, for the Germans. I had family on both sides of World War II, so I had some American naval and some German army. So it's like, you know. A lot of equipment. I can't tell if they're carrying mortars or if that's tripods for camera shit. That looks like a mortar tube for sure.
Up at the Guadalcanal.
Did they miss it? I'm confused.
Hey,
do I do?
Did the islanders use a machete or a rock?
He could grab a K-bar. That's not a machete. Yeah, so they took the beach easy enough, but they're not. This is not. Need to work on your dispersion, man. One grenade, one mortar strike lands in there. It killed 9 people. It's when the jungle is quiet, that's when you should be worried. Like fucking humid heat, man, just swamped all the time. Who would they have captured and tortured and killed already? If these are the first ones to land. Like I can see something, you know? Everybody's jumping, man. They're all super green, super fresh.
I went to take a piss. Somebody opened up.
Wow. Yeah, I would dig a hole, piss in it, and cover it up. I'm not gonna leave the ground, leave the cover, leave all my boys, and head into the jungle in the front to piss. Are you kidding me?
We've been chasing geese, boys. It's the 5th Marines on the airfield.
Guess we took the airfield. Let's go home.
Yeah, there's so much going on, but like their unit isn't experiencing it.
That's Admiral Turner blowing the whole Jap fleet to the bottom of the channel.
Love your optimism.
Damn.
Where's the Navy?
Gone.
We lost 4 cruisers. Turner took everyone left and headed for open sea. We're it for now.
Oh, god damn.
Stay low, stay low. Just trying to spot our positions. Hold your fire. Hold your fire.
Friendlies would radio ahead, right? You don't just drop in on them like this.
Jesus Christ. There are thousands of them.
The whole damn Japanese Empire.
Now, why is it called that?
It's good. Not on second floor. Keep going. Go further.
They're flanking us! Stand by!
Flares, god damn it. Now eyes are everywhere.
Skipper! Skipper, you okay? He's lost it! Come on! Keep moving! Keep moving!
Yeah, they're in the open. You should be able to mow them down right there. Just keep flooding the bottleneck with fire. Whoa. Fuck.
I mean, we chewed him up.
They just kept on coming.
A real turkey shoot.
They really wanted to come in on that left side. You're supposed to treat wounded and,
Stick a pin in him, Doc.
rules of engagement. I hope he doesn't have a grenade or something. Fuck me, man. All of his boys dead. He doesn't care anymore. Stop playing with your fucking food. Either kill him or spare him. Or capture him.
Hey, what'd you do that for?
I don't get joy out of torturing people.
Shit. These must be the bastards who took Guam.
You're doing the picture of a girl thing. Yeah. Similarities between them and how so many people around him aren't picking up on that, but he seems to be very grounded in that.
Dear Vera, it seems a lifetime since we met outside St. Mary's. The jungle holds both beauty and terror in its depths, most terrible of which is man. There are things men can do to one another that are sobering to the soul.
Him floating by, and then a cut to the bodies floating. Like he's trying to put himself in...
Boys! Shit, it's Chesty Puller. The 7th, all dressed up.
Fucking A, man!
Where you heading? Tokyo! Care to join us?
Was that Chesty Puller in the beginning giving them the speech? Was I not paying attention?
Your mother would like to know if you want us to send you your dress blue uniform.
Hey, if we have one, can I be your date?
You are ugly. I want Hoosier.
Take a number.
You'll never have that nagging thought that you let your family, your friends, and your country down. Because that's what I'm afraid of.
Murmuring hearts.
I get it, though. They don't want people to be in the field and have medical conditions and put people at risk, so it's... They didn't take a chance.
Birthday, dear Phyllis. Happy birthday to you.
How fucked are
You now. Yes.
How fucked are you now? You're surely fucked now.
Oh, that was so good. It flew by. All right, everyone. Let's get to the outro. Episode 1 of the Pacific, the attack on Pearl Harbor leads Robert Leckie and John Basilone into combat. Eugene Sledge says goodbye to pal Sid Phillips. John Basilone, I know that name. I think he was a Medal of Honor winner, if I'm not wrong. That name. Hell of a first episode, you know. As Tom Hanks said in the beginning, people couldn't even pronounce the name of the place, didn't know what they were getting into, didn't really know what to expect. And there was friendly fire, there was naval defeat that had them cut off for a bit. Different, you know, we saw different aspects of the battle. It wasn't, you know, the people who took the airstrip, it wasn't the boys that we saw. And this fighting in the sea with the Navy, you know, they just saw that from the coast. Just to show the difference between what we saw and what the results were, you know, according to the internet. The Japanese lost a total of 24,000 men killed in the Battle of Guadalcanal, while the Americans sustained 1,600 killed, 4,200 wounded, and several thousand dead from malaria and other tropical diseases. So, yeah, a much wider engagement than what we saw per se, but I'm pretty sure our boys that we've seen are going to be face first in the shit soon enough. But there was a lot here, and it was very enjoyable, and I'm not good with names, and a lot of it was in the dark and fighting. So the names will come to me as I edit and go through things, but an interesting aspect of it for me was seeing the people at home and like sending off the people and how that felt and how everyone felt about it. Like when I joined, it was right after 9/11, and I wasn't afraid. I was going and I was fine with it. Other people were, but I didn't really get it. But then fast forward to when I got out of the Marine Corps, my little brother joined the Army. And I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. Army. Ain't ready for Marines yet. You know, you do what you can, man. You do your best. But then when he got deployed, you know, over to the sand, all of a sudden, like, I understood why people were worried about me and why they felt the way they did. And it was the helplessness of the situation. But he was fine, I was fine, everything is fine, and here we are. I'm not sure when I'm checking out the second episode, but I'm looking forward to it. I thank you all so much for being here, and hope to see you all in the next episode soon enough. Thanks again, and goodbye.